Coming up on football tonight's a battle of two of the top teams in the Midland Empire Conference, the Highway 71 showdown up in Maryville. Can the Spoofhounds take down the Savages again, or can Savannah stop the losing streak to the Spoofhounds tonight? Also, KCI play. Mid-Buchanan and East Buchanan meeting off in the Battle of the Buchanans. Can the number 2 team in Class 2 extend their winning streak to 21, or will the Dragons spoil East Buchanan's undefeated season? And Central back at home tonight, taking on another top-ranked team in the state, Oak Park. Can the Indians come out on top and get their 7th win of the season? All these games and much more coming up tonight on Football Tonight.
A lot of them is their last football game, and I can't imagine a better way to go out.
It's just kind of second nature to us that we're never going to give up on each other. We always know someone's going to have our back and we're going to make a play.
There's a whole lot less nerves, at least for me, and you can see it on the players. They had confidence going into this game.
And with that, welcome into football tonight. Chris Roush, Brett Kennedy with you. Week number 8 of the regular season in Missouri. Week 7 in Kansas. A lot of rivalry games this week, especially on the Missouri side of things, especially a game that you went to tonight, too.
Yeah, there was a ton of rivalry games. You got the Battle of the Bucks, you got West Platte taking on North Platte, and then, of course, the battle for Highway 71, Maryville versus Savannah. Yep. Big rivalry in that one. Let's dive right into it at the Hound Pound between these two hated rivals. First Spoofhounds drive, Derek Quinlan. Right on the money over the middle to his favorite target, Delton Davis, inside the 5-yard line. That would later lead to this. Quinlan taking it in himself for the 1-yard touchdown. 2-pointer no good. Maryville led 6-0 early. Spoofhounds coach Matt Webb has never lost to Savannah, and he's probably thinking, I'm not starting now. Come on, fellas. Later in the first quarter, Delton Davis this time takes the handoff, and look at the senior gallop in the open field. Big run for the Spoofhounds. Derek Quinlan later punched it in from a yard out, his second score of the day, 12-0 Maryville. Second quarter, Spoofhounds on the charge again. Pretty deep ball from Quinlan. Bullseye, Wyatt Gardner. Deep touchdown, and it's 18-0 Maryville. Spoofhounds student section asking themselves, is this really a rivalry? Savannah hasn't beaten us since 2011, over a decade. Right before halftime, Quinlan still slinging it. Deep bomb to Don Allen, who is absolutely wide open. Maryville led 25-0 at the half. Savage's first drive of the second half. Aiden Hopper connects over the middle to Jaden Martinez. He's running away from everybody. At last, Savannah on the board, 25-7. Anthony Hayes going, come on, guys, let's go. Nothing is impossible. And, well, Maryville said it was impossible to beat us tonight, though. Sadler Vial bursts into the secondary for the long touchdown. Maryville keeps this winning streak against Savannah alive. 38-20 victory, and the Spoofhounds are 7-1 on the season, and they're on a 6-game win streak. Other Midland Empire Conference games tonight. Benton visiting Cameron. Dragons win 42-12, while Chillicothe on the road with Odessa getting the win 49-6.
All right, up on the north side, Lafayette and St. Pius battle in the north end. First quarter already 15-0 Warriors. Larry Coscone takes the handoff, finds his way through a pack of Irish for the touchdown. Extra point no good, 21-0 St. Pius. Lafayette band fighting through the cold weather tonight in this October. St. Pius gets the ball back, marches down the field again, and quarterback Bailey Hudson takes it in himself, 28-0 after the point after. St. Pius coaches satisfied with the lead so far. And guess what? They'll march down the field again. Tommy Hustler says, yeah, that will do it. I'll think that will do it too. 35-0. Irish keep trying to get something going. They'll try to run it down the field here in a little bit after the band gets done playing. But That's kind of the story of the game for the Irish. Tough one tonight. They fall in this one 83-14. We'll still head on football tonight. The St. Joe Christian Lions hosting Princeton, a newcomer to 8-man football this year. Highlights from that game later on tonight.
And undefeated Oak Park goes to Central. Find out if the Indians pull one in the loss column or in the win column. Coming up.
Can you guys hear me? I can't hear you at all.
Okay, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. We got you.
Leaders from Central High School, and you're watching Football Tonight.
Welcome back into Football Tonight. Chris Roush, Brett Kennedy with you. Moving on, and there's a city team off to an incredible start this year. Central sitting at 6-1 entering the night.
And tonight they're welcoming in one of the top teams in Class 6 football in undefeated Oak Park. Let's go to the third quarter. Central up 15-14. Trevon Pankey takes the handoff and burns down Noise for a Northman touchdown there. 2-point conversion good, 22-15. A little bit of Halloween fun for the Central band. Later, the junior stud running back, Gabe Fields, grabs the ball, makes his way into the end zone. Touchdown Central. Point after good, tied at 22. He would later leave with an injury. Reggie Trotter's team fighting back. Next up, Northman come right back down the field. Evan Braxton runs down the field and into the promised land. Northman take the lead again, 29-22. Thankfully, everyone is living through this one, unlike Kenny from South Park. Great costume. Central marches back down the field, and it's Gabe Fields running it in again for Central. Number 3 going right into the end zone there. But Oak Park, they stay perfect. They come back and win right at the end, 44-43. What a comeback there.
Down in Fawcett, Mid-Buchanan hosting second-ranked team in Class 2, East Buchanan tonight. Battle of the Buchanans, EB's first drive. Trevor Klein out of the gun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and he's out around the edge. Stiff arms one defender. Dragons finally corral him deep inside the red zone, inside about the 10-yard line. A little bit later, Klein again. This time through the hole into the end zone. East Buck Bulldogs up 7-0 with the point after. Ensuing Dragons drive. Trying to get something going early in the first quarter. Ball comes loose at the end of the run. East Buchanan recovers, jumps on it. They take over. Dragons defense, though, trying to slow down East Buchanan a bit, trying to corral Klein. Couple Dragons able to hold him to a short gain. The All-State running back, though, really good at breaking tackles and working in space. East Buchanan able to put another one in the win column tonight. Bulldogs win 35-6, improved to 8-0, now riding a 21-game winning streak. And here to talk about that game is the head football coach of East Buchanan, head coach Dan Ritter. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. 8-0 now on the season. Like what you saw from your guys tonight?
Absolutely. Thank you for covering us. I'm pumped to see you in there. I know you got a big-time promotion. Man, we got a legend in here. So, well, anyway, it was a good, fun win. I mean, we got up pretty early. By the time it hit halftime, we were up 28-0. We took care of business. Our line was playing really well. Obviously, Trevor was breaking a lot of tackles and getting a lot of yards. I think he ended with 288 all-purpose yards on the end of the night. So that was one of his best games of his career. So we were proud of him. And our defense came to play as well, keeping a goose egg on the board at least until late in the fourth quarter.
Coach, this point in the year, what are you most proud of this team? You guys switch classes before the season even starts, and you guys are still undefeated, and you're still rolling at this point. If you could name one thing, what are you most proud of about this team so far?
Well, I'm proud of guys that hadn't shown themselves before the season started, and we lost a lot last year, and just being able to fill in those positions where they were last year and being able to do some of the same things we did last year and look at us now. We're still undefeated at this point in the season. We're proud of where we're at. We got a long ways to go, but those kids have really filled in well, so we're proud of them.
Coach, before we get you out of here, I have to ask you about that 21-game winning streak. Last loss you guys had was week 2 of last season. 21 in a row, that's getting into pretty special territory. How have the guys handled that pressure, knowing that's also sitting on the table, back-to-back state champs, but also riding a 21-game winning streak too?
Not to be Captain Cliche right now, but we just take it one game at a time. I mean, you can only play the next opponent. You can only have one win a week. You know, all the cliche answers. I mean, we're not thinking about an undefeated season or even the next part of the win streak. We're just trying to be 1-0 this week. Sorry about the cliche answer.
I was just saying, you really hit the cliche right there, but head coach Dan Ritter, thank you for coming on.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks Coach.
Guys.
Other KCI games heading on to Lawson beating Lathrop 19-14 and Hamilton beating Wellington Napoleon 56-24 in that one.
All right, let's go down to Dearborn. Panthers and the Blue Jays. North Platte 28-0 in the second. Kane Kogan passes toward the sideline. Dalton Woodward making a good catch on the sideline after the tip. A few plays later, Kogan throws to a spot. Miles McHenry dives for it, makes the play, but the Blue Jays drive ends a few plays later on a 4th down. Panthers forcing the throw out of bounds. Referee makes a pretty good leaping play out of bounds. About to turn over on downs. North Platte gets the ball back with a little bit of time left in the second quarter, trying to extend their lead. Weston Snook to Dylan Armstrong down the field to Jackson Carpenter for the first down to keep the drive moving. Panthers offense keeps rolling. Snook across the middle to Carpenter, following his blockers. He's got some, well, not daylight, I guess moonlight out there. North Platte wins this one 44-0.
Maysville beating Putnam County by the final of 42-20, and Trenton over Gallatin 45-14 for some more GRC scores. South Harrison beating Scotland County 38-6, while Milan over Polo 28-7. Still ahead on football tonight, the Atchison Phoenix trying to move to 7-0 on the season. Can they get it done tonight?
And the St. Joe Christian Lions hosting Princeton in newcomer to 8-man football. Highlights from that game coming up next on Football Tonight.
Hey, this is Johnny Wolf from Central High School, and you're watching Football Tonight.
We're Vale, Judson, Jared from St. Joseph Christian, and you're watching Football Tonight.
And speaking of St. Joseph Christian, we head to A-Man football now. The Lions, off to a pretty good start this year, 4-3 on the year, having some pretty good success, hosting a Princeton team tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're sitting at 4-3, the Lions, coming into week 8, and let's see what can happen in this one. Outside on the east side of town, the 4-3 St. Joseph Christian Lions hosting the 3-4 Princeton Tigers. On the opening kickoff, the Lions were able to recover the onside kick. First play of the game, Mason Stewart hands off to Sia Carlson. He's down to the other side of the field. Defense, though, brought down just short of the goal line. Next play, Stewart hands off to Peyton Hausman, who pushes through the defense for a touchdown. A little later in the first quarter, Princeton's ball, Talon Holt hands off to Tyler Kaufman, running past for the touchdown there. Tigers unable to tie the game on the extra point attempt. There it is, 1st and 4th and 9 for the Lions there. Levi Miller fakes the handoff. That's a touchdown to Vale Freuchting for another touchdown. Later on, Princeton threatening again. Holt takes the ball himself for a long run down the sideline into the end zone for the tutty. But St. Joseph Christian ran away with this one, 80-44, and they are now 5-3 on the season there. Other Grand River Conference scores, Pattonsburg putting up 90 in their win against Albany, while Worth County beats King City 62-8.
All right, up in Rosendale, North Andrew hosting Stanberry. Halfway through the first quarter, Bulldogs up 12-0. Cardinals driving. Matthew Evans hands off to Maddox Cyber, bounces out to the right side. He's got the first down and a little bit more before being brought down. Cardinals inside the 10. Evans hands off to Avery Miller. It's bobbled. Stanberry recovers and takes over at their own 9. Into the second quarter, Bulldogs marching. Stanberry with a quick pass. Decker Hyde to the outside, cuts back to the middle, going across the field, and he gets into the end zone. Bulldogs up 18-0. Stanberry goes on to win this one tonight by a final score of 38-0. Some 275 scores. South Holt knocks off Mound City 54-26, while Nottoway Valley hosting the Wildcards in this one, getting a 56-6 victory.
More 275 scores. Platte Valley all over DeKalb tonight, 60-0, while East Atchison defeats Rockport by the final of 36-16.
And joining us is the head coach of the Bishop of Long Golden Eagles, Chuck Davis, who decides to schedule a lot of Saturday games this year. And Chuck, I know you're on the road tonight. You're sitting in a car in a parking lot somewhere, but you had an extra day of game planning, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I feel like Devin Albertson zooming in from my car, but
are you at a gas station?
I'm in a Quick Trip, just like Devin.
Great.
Yeah, the Saturday games are a little different, but when you play teams from 3 and 4 hours away, sometimes you got to do that.
How's that preparation been going for you guys? Obviously, you guys had a tough Plattsburgh game last week. Extra day of rest this week to kind of get ready for that one.
That's definitely been helpful to have that extra day. We've had guys a little bit banged up. It was a really physical, fast-paced game against Plattsburgh, obviously. So to get guys a little bit of rest and get ice on some owies has been helpful. Watch a lot of film, get ready to go for tomorrow.
Coach, our play of the week last week was Jacob Winkelbauer making that awesome play over the middle where he spun a Plattsburgh defender there. What does he bring to this team? I mean, he seems like a massive tight end. What does he bring to your offense?
Oh, he's incredible for us on both sides of the ball. He blocks really, really well. He's a big physical kid. I think a lot of his major plays go somewhat unnoticed because he does such a good job away from the ball, and he forces teams to run away from him, and he makes a lot of his tackles chasing down guys from the backside. So he's a huge part of our offense and defense.
Bishop of Blonde head coach Chuck Davis joining us from somewhere in his car tonight. I don't know where, some unknown location, not in St. Joe, because you have a game tomorrow at 1 o'clock over at Bishop of Blonde against Greenfield. Coach, thanks for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
All right, still ahead on football tonight. Plenty more football coming your way, including crowning our Anderson Auto Group Play of the Week. That's still to come.
And coming up next, the Atchison Phoenix trying to move to 7-0 on the season. Can they get it done tonight? You'll find out.
I'm Phineas Sullivan.
I'm Jake Winklebauer.
Carson Staggs.
I'm Trey Ike, Ward Bishop of Vaughn, and you're watching Football Tonight.
This is Brock Williamson from Central High School, and you're watching Football Tonight.
Welcome back, everybody, to Football Tonight. Chris, what a start to the season for the Atchison Phoenix. I got to be there last week down in Topeka against Highland Park, and they totally rolled. They're having a great season.
7-0, and like you said, last week's game was a Thursday night, 8 days off between it, and they're trying to stay good against Perry LeCompton tonight. Phoenix moving the ball pretty well against Perry LeCompton. Drive about to stall on a 4th down, and dig across the middle, opens up and keeps the drive alive. Back on the ground, Atchison goes to get to the 4-yard line. Good running here. Atchison is all around a really good football team. They cap it all off. But guess what? The tush push. They're up 19-0 in this one at that point. Defense also keeping Perry LeCompton's run game pretty much at bay. And you saw that last week too with Highland Park. They're really good at just keeping opposing teams from doing much of anything. And just like that, after they shut down Perry LeCompton, back to work before the half. Not able to get any points off in this drive, but that's okay. Atchison goes on to win 42-0. They improved to 7-0 now on the season. Here are some Kansas scores. Riverside is beat by Centralia 48-14. Blue Valley takes care of Donovan West 54-6.